watching.
Subscribe.
Hello, you're watching ScreenStalker, I'm Laurie Blake, and this is the movie-flavoured news with a sprinkling of binge TV too today. Have yourself a super click party and press the thumbs up, hit like, and smash the bell icon into oblivion to enable notifications, and leave us a comment down below to answer the question of the day. Which other Marvel characters do you want to see make an appearance in Endgame? We'll also be talking about a throwdown of monster proportions and Tom Holland not being allowed a script for Avengers Endgame. But first, some TV show news that is also sort of gaming news, so kind of the perfect news for ScreenStalker, because Adi Shankar has already caused a stir in the world of animation by adapting Konami's classic game and our very own Luke Owen's ultimate nemesis, Castlevania, into a bloody gothic chic cartoon romp. And if you like Castlevania games and you haven't actually seen the TV series, go see it, don't be a Belmont. With the success of the first two seasons of that show, Shankar has also been tapped to produce adaptations of Devil May Cry, which is more goth romping, and Assassin's Creed. News is, though, that he is also working on a new series based on indie hit Hyper Light Drifter from developer Heart Machine. Now, this incredibly stylish 2D action RPG casts you as the Drifter, not you, Elias, and sees you explore a ruined world awakening ancient, long-forgotten technology. Quite how the showrunners intend to insert an overarching story, dialogue, and characters for the Drifter to riff off of remains to be seen, but you can expect one thing: it is going to look amazing. Now, if you thought that was a difficult adaptation to do, then you got to spare a thought for the poor folks behind Umbrella Academy on Netflix, which had to make sense of a cast that included a talking monkey, a monkey man, an old man trapped in a young boy's body, this Lovecraftian horror child, and two whole women. But manage it they did, and this adaptation of Gerard Way's really rather excellent comic series managed to retain the book's kind of offbeat weirdness while feeling glossy and shiny enough for a mainstream crowd, and also switching things up story-wise too to keep it fresh for those who'd done their reading ahead. Lovely stuff. And given that season 1 ended on a cliffhanger, which we are not going to spoil for you, you would feel like season 2 would be a shoo-in. And guess what? You were right. Thumbs up to you. Give yourself a Blue Peter badge. Because Screen Rant are reporting that the show has been renewed for a second season, with production to begin in May this year and go through until September, with the series probably premiering at a similar time next year to season 1 this year. So kind of February-ish. So it's good to know that the Umbrella Academy won't be shuttering its doors just yet, even if the ethics of forming a superhero school of children was a little bit sketchy in the first place. It was the 80s though, so anything goes. Some mecha news next, as a TV spot for the crazy Godzilla King of the Monsters has revealed some more monsters that the atomic-powered lizard thing will be taking on in the film. Now, the trailer shows the human cast of the film too, including Millie Bobby Brown, Charles Dance, and Vera Farmiga, watching on as Zilla and chums just smash up city after city. Thankfully though, they do seem a bit more proactive and with it than Hank Azaria. But there's one new face, or three, that's not been seen properly throwing down with the Lizard King, only glimpsed in a previous trailer, and that's Ghidorah, the tri-headed dragon lad of nightmares. But no doubt Godzilla will take down his nemesis, because he's set to face off with the ultimate big angry animal in Godzilla vs. Kong after this film goes out. The finer details of the plot of Avengers Endgame are a closely guarded secret, plenty being edited out all around to keep things under wraps. Marvel are playing their cards so close to their chest that they might as well just call themselves Gambit, ma chérie, because they can do that now because of the Fox thing. So close that even some of the actors themselves don't know the full plot, but more on that in a minute. Now, with the secrets locked down, you have to turn to other means to gather intel on the film. Bribery, or just checking out the toys that Hasbro is releasing to coincide with the movie, one of the two. Because with the most recent Endgame trailer showing off the cast in lovely matching quantum onesies, you can bet the entire toy line needs a revamp to reflect that. And from the looks of it, those onesies are one size fits all, because they fit both a raccoon and a Hulk. Now, this is the first glimpse of Mark Ruffalo's mean green tantrum machine from Endgame that we've got, and it looks like he'll no doubt be getting over his, performance issues from Infinity War. Meanwhile, Hawkeye, who wasn't in Infinity War, has been getting his soul on and becoming Ronin, an emo assassin dispensing justice without the use of his main skill, archery. Clint! Come on, man! It's the end of the world. But he does get a rad new outfit and an awesome action figure from the Marvel Legends toy line. War Machine is also getting a similar treatment, which means we get a proper look at how the armor's going to look in Endgame. Cool. We also got a much closer look at the finger-snapping purple daddy of the universe, Thanos, who Josh Brokat plays in the movie. And what do you give the man who has everything, including the fate of the universe at his fingertips? A good reasoning with a double-ended sword? A double-ended sword? Because Thanos has armed up for the coming conflict and looks more powerful than ever, wielding both the double sword and the Infinity Gauntlet, although we all know that the greatest threat to the universe is Star-Lord's feelings. And if you were avoiding spoilers, you may not want to stay away from Mark Ruffalo, who keeps just putting his foot right in it when it comes to spoilers for the MCU. Because just yesterday, he managed to put something on Instagram that promised to give the game away for the entire film. So needless to say, there are potential spoilers ahead and all that jazz. So hold tight, let's look at this. The post said, 25 days until #Avengers Endgame. Ask and you shall receive. Here's a spoiler, and it's an April Fool's. I hate April Fools. Well, this is like an April Fool's because we did a story. But anyway, it's nice to see Mark have fun with his reputation as a spoiler and not actually spoil anything for once, I guess. So the joke is actually kind of really on him for ruining those films that he is paid to act in again and again, and not on us, because he's the one who has the reputation for being a spoiler and is a spoiler, but we know now, and so we avoid it. Amazing, right? To go back to a moment for how closely guarded the plot of Endgame actually is, beyond save the world, I guess. The trailers for the film cleverly cut around reveals and action sequences to hide what is actually going on. But eagle-eyed fans always manage to dig something up. So there are potential plot spoilers ahead for Endgame, because this time Reddit users noticed a difference between the recent 2D trailer and the 3D version that popped up more recently. In the new clip, Hawkeye, Ronin, Clint Barton, whatever you want to call him, is running through a tunnel as flames erupt around him. However, a close inspection of the 3D version reveals mysterious figures chasing Hawkeye being caught up within the flames. And from the looks of it, these are the Outriders, that four-armed alien army that galloped across Wakanda in Infinity War's climax alongside the Black Order. Which begs the question, what are they doing chasing down Clint? Because Thanos clearly retired to his space ranch at the end of Infinity War after firing off that finger snap, and has happily been playing Harvest Moon of Titan ever since. So could this suggest that Thanos catches wind of the Avengers plot to turn back the clock, empty the Hoover and stick all the dusted folks back together, and he dispatches the Outriders to Earth in order to stop that before it happens? Maybe. Because people have posited that this scene is set inside the Avengers compound. For one thing, Clint is clearly in his Ronin gear and not in his quantum Under Armour, which you assume they wear to go into space or back in time or wherever they're going. I don't know. But it is interesting to know that the threat of Thanos still looms large over Earth, even though he literally got everything he wanted in Infinity War. Why are you still cross? Now, someone who didn't get everything they wanted, which was not to go, please. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. It feels so good. It was Spider-Man. And someone else who can't have everything they want either is his actor, Tom Holland, because he keeps spoiling nice things. Because Holland picked up a bit of a nasty habit and became kind of infamous on the internet for accidentally letting spoilers slip during interviews while on the press tour for Infinity War. So much so that they basically had Benedict Cumberbatch babysit him for the entire tour to stop him spoiling the entire movie before it even come out. Well, guess what? Holland is back in some capacity for Endgame, and whether that's a heroic resurrection or a sad times flashback, we don't know, and to some degree, neither does he. Because, to stop Spoiler Man right in his tracks, director Joe Russo had an amazing plan, which he revealed while on the press tour in India. Tom Holland doesn't get a script. Tom Holland gets his lines, and that's it. He doesn't even know who he's acting opposite. We use very big terms to describe to him what is happening in the scene. That's certainly one way to do it. And if Tom Holland and Mark Ruffalo weren't enough for poor Kevin Feige to worry about, the latest special look trailer for the film reveals some brand new details about Endgame, and it literally dropped after we'd already filmed this video, so I'm back in here Fortunately, in the same clothing, we can do continuity right sometimes. Notable moments include Clint Barton and his metalhead Ronin tattoos, wicked sweet. Everybody aboard the Guardians of the Galaxy ship the Milano before heading off into space. A reunion between Tony Stark and his great love Pepper Potts. A reunion between Tony Stark and his greater love Steve Rogers. Rocket Raccoon and Nebula catching feelings, and a showdown between what looks like Thanos, Cap, Iron Man and Thor, with Big Perps cradling Summit in the background. What is happening? Why can't it be out yet? Ah! Thank you for watching. Don't forget to click the thumbs up, hit subscribe and tap the bell to enable notifications, which, you never know, the YouTube gods may actually grant you, or they may not. They're really rather fickle. And if you liked this video, why not check out the videos that are over there for more awesome ScreenStalker content? And remember, we're watching.